Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, the Big 50 on this occasion. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. I very much appreciate it and it helps the channel out. Okay then, without further ado, let's get into the first clip. Okay, on this clip here we're on the A3 and a car's going to pass us looking to leave. Coming up to the 100 marker, there's the car. Why oh why do they leave it so late to get into the correct lane? They know where they're going, they know they're going to leave, and it's just serious high risk and totally inappropriate and totally unnecessary. Anyway, let's look at the next clip. Okay, in this clip here we're looking at these two individuals here, both coming into our road. The one on the left really should be behind the one on the right, but it doesn't matter too much. Two lanes filtering into this road, so not too concerned about that. They're matching speed at the moment, but just as they get into the road, the Range Rover there on our left, we're indicating to move over at this point, but we obviously can't just for the second because we want to go straight on, as does that Range Rover that passed us. But now we know we're in the lane, we got the right moment, we move over. Now that lane on the right, as you see it, is a left only lane. Plenty markings on the road emphasizing that fact that it's left only. Now on the right there you got that 4x4 Audi who remains in that right hand lane as you see it, and guess what, they are not going left. They seem to be a power to themselves, do what they want, where they want, drive how they see fit. Now as they pass us, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the front view of the camera so you get a perspective, better perspective of this. Now as we go up the road, you'll see the markings are quite clear as you go up, that this is a left only lane. As soon as my pupil picks that information up, they see that and then they start to indicate, right, but we've got that Range Rover coming up, so we can't do anything just at the moment. Rechecking again. Look, he then goes to the left, changes his mind, immediately goes to the right. So how far is he planning ahead? As we're getting closer up to this roundabout now, again on the road it marks out left only on the left, straight on, be in the right hand lane. And you saw that Audi before, staying in the left hand lane and has absolutely no intention of going left whatsoever. We have to be very wary of this with all cars because sometimes there's no indication that they're doing the incorrect thing. Now just as we're getting into the roundabout, up comes the Audi on the left hand side. It does not go left, goes straight on. And with that, no indication at all, just carries on going. He must have had his one indication for the day. Anyway, let's move on to the next clip. Okay, short clip this, a little bit about a bus. Sometimes they get a little bit closer than we would like, and I remember this quite well actually. And I thought just for a brief moment we were going to get a little kiss from the bus, but if you watch, it's a wide angle lens, so you know things are closer than what they actually appear to be. Watch how close this bus actually gets to us. I mean, I know they're flat at the front, but that's exceptionally close. He's picking people up there. He could have just held back a couple of extra foot, to be honest. Anyway, a little unnerving at the time. Okay, let's move on. Okay, the theme of impatience seems to continue. We're looking at this vehicle on the left hand side there, or in the left hand lane as you see it. Very impatient, certainly going faster than the speed limit allows. As we're going up, he catches up in us in no time at all. Now we're going through the lights ahead, but what got me about this particular clip was as we're going through the traffic lights, there's a car parked on the right as we see it. We will pass it, but he increases his speed as we're indicating to move out around it. Where is he looking? Seriously. And then he goes past us, and if you look at the front camera, all that speed as he passes us at that point, right up to a red light. Seriously, what was the point? And even when he comes to a complete halt, where does he actually stop? In the bike lane. Totally ignores the fact that's for cycles and sits in that. A lot of people seem to ignore that these days. I see that quite a bit. And even when the lights changed, he moves off, he doesn't go over to the left, he kind of stays in the right hand lane. This clip is about pedestrian over the other side of the road looking to come across. They actually have a red person telling them not to cross at the moment in time, but they do cross that road. But it's not that particular side I'm concerned about. It's when they come over to our side. She's run across the road there. There go our lights. We've got the green light to go. She's got the red light to stop. But what does she do? Ignores any of that and goes across anyway. Now, I honestly assume if it would have been anybody bar us, someone could have got away there real sharp on the green light. That could have been very, very awkward. And she'd probably only have herself to blame where that was concerned. Okay, in this clip again, it's more in patience. Another Range Rover again, another 4x4. Seems to be a running theme going on here, doesn't it, in these clips. Now, it's a 20-mile-per-hour road. It is quite hazardous. We're not holding him up. We are doing the correct speed, and he guns past like that. It says slow on the road. It is a 20. And there's a hospital entrance on the right hand side which we're just about to pass, which he ignored. Dangerous to overtake at that point. Let's have a look at the front view so you get an overall perspective of what we were looking at. You've seen it from the rear just as we're approaching this bridge, which is quite blind, so at least he's not a lunatic. He didn't try and overtake there, not that excuses anything at all. Now we get to the other side, and as his bus passes, there on the left hand side there's a warning sign for elderly. Then it says 20 mile per hour. I mean, how much warning do you need? And there's a sign for a hospital there on the left as well. All these warning signs, of which he ignores, and then passes right in front of that junction there. Another warning sign for the elderly, and he literally disappears down the road. I mean, 20, what's he doing? He's got to be doing 40 plus, hasn't he? And then he disappears into the distance. I think that's some really stupid driving indeed, which we're just seeing more and more of. Now this is an interesting little clip. Vehicle looking to turn right as we go around the bend. Now I had a good conversation with my pupil about this. As I pause it there, look, you can see him indicating to turn right. Now I personally would have held back there. No harm done. Not a lot of space to get behind the blue car to let them turn right. But what the car does is this, which I thought was a little bit silly. Goes to pull right in front of us. Now that wasn't very good of the guy. He realised what he'd done and said, okay, hang on a second, I'm going to reverse up and carry on, and then go behind you. Yeah, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, because now we've had to get quite tightish to the blue car for them to go behind us. And as I said, I had a chat about that, and that probably would have been better to go a bit more defensive and just let them go. We could have come out into this gap here a little bit earlier than what we did, but that's what learning's about. Now this clip is a little bit interesting. It's about confusion with road signs. Unless you actually know the area, it can get a little odd for some people who actually don't know this road. Look at the two signs coming up. You've got 40 mile per hour on the left, and you've got 30 mile per hour on the right hand side when they should be saying the same. Very odd indeed. I've seen a few of those around actually, sort of all over the place. I think people are either messing with the signs. This is actually a 40 mile per hour limit now, and it is going 30 when you go into town. There it is saying 40, and it does say it a little bit further down the road as well, just to confirm. And that can be confusing if you don't know the area. Councils or powers that be should be on that. If we look at it from the rear, you'll actually see the same when we come to the signs. There you go, 30 on the right and 40 on the left. So that one on the left needs to be switched around because it's actually wrong. Okay, mini roundabout, simple give way to the right, van coming from our left, and as it approaches, we're just about to get into the roundabout. It should have waited. There he is, and he does absolutely nothing, ignores us completely. And if you actually see, he's not even looking to the right at all. He's just looking straight on and carries on going, ignores everybody. And the silver car even nearly went as well. So much for giving way to the right. It seems to be just a complete free for all these days, or is it down to the learner car? I'm not entirely sure. Bit of both, I think. Okay, the Tolworth roundabout we're just about to enter, and what I'm looking at initially is this VW behind. Keeps very, very close, tailgating my pupil. Very nervous they were, dealing with a big roundabout like this anyway. The last thing you want is someone tailgating right up your backside. Makes them very nervous indeed. Now, as we go around the roundabout, we do get into the appropriate lane. When you see the front view of the camera, you'll see how that all works out. Now as you get into the correct lane, we're looking to go down the A3. Now that left lane as you see it is for right only. VW decides to go and out of the correct lane into the incorrect lane purely and utterly just to pass us on the roundabout. Peugeot tries to do the same thing, forgetting it goes to a single lane because of roadworks. I mean, how far is that person looking ahead? Not very far at all. Now as we move on, I want to show you the front view of the camera so you kind of saw what was going on at the back there. A lot of pressure for the learner to deal with on a big roundabout like that, and I think they cope with it very well. Now on the front, as the lights go, watch the ASDA vehicle there. Now we're changing that, and no way should have gone through the lights, but went anyway. So I say that was a red, or a very, very close red. As we carry on going, you will see that we're in the appropriate lane to go right round the roundabout at the moment. Now just as we get around this bend, we need to move out one lane so we can get out of the wrong lane and into the correct lane to join the A3, and that's exactly what we've done, and very nicely done. As you can see, everybody else is in this lane that is going on the A3. No one's in the right lane because they're not going right, that's close by. Then you get the VW pass in the incorrect lane, come out the right lane into the incorrect lane, as I said, purely to pass us, taking a high risk for no reason whatsoever. If so wanted to pass us, it could have passed us a bit further up, or at the very least on the A3 itself. Again, poor driving. Okay, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, I very much appreciate it, and I will see you on the next video. Safe driving. Bye bye for now.